Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included, and we are starting off today with some power problems. I'm on hard mode. All the hardest settings are in place on the very hot asteroid. But the good news is I've been setting up this Draco stable here. Not complete yet, but we're getting there. But mistake maybe I have realized I've just made is I threw in all this hydrogen because Dracos create their scales when they're in hydrogen, and we're out. And I was relying on that for power. I'm also trying to get all the achievements in this run, but thankfully I've got the super sustainable achievement, which doesn't allow me to burn things like petroleum and coal. But since I've already got it, I don't have to worry about it. So to get out of this mess, I'm thinking we'll get into coal generation. That's hopefully going to solve the problem. What is today's plan? Today's plan is to get cooking with gas. So I'm hoping to be able to fix this situation, get my stables set up here, and then find a source for natural gas. I like to combine the fish, the seafood, and the meats that we're going to be getting here and other places to make a better quality, or actually, it's not so much about the quality of food, it's about enhancing the calories. See a little bit, see a natural gas geyser. So we've got some Atmo Suits set up. We're going to go in that direction, but I think we got to focus on that. Let's just have a quick look over on this asteroid. We've got a deep freezer being set up here. I do have an issue of hydrogen or non-hydrogen being put in the line. You can see some carbon dioxide here. We have this struggling to, we don't have enough steel to actually do protection, but let's maybe just add that. Otherwise, we're losing gas. I really like to get Atmo suit protection. So, number of things going over here, but let me just stabilize this. And then what I could do is see about getting down to the lower sections for some hydrogen production. Starvation warning. That's strange. I'm going to assume that it's not an issue since we actually have. Oh, stop. Barbecue meat. Oh, we are out of power. The only thing that can pull food out right now is this guy right here. And he can't do that because there's no power. This is actually a critical point. I didn't realize we'd be starting that. We do have a manual generator, but there's no guarantee that that's going to translate the power to this guy, which we desperately, desperately need. I'm curious if I up the priority. Oh, there's, can't put a, well. No, that doesn't affect who consumes power. Okay, I've got to get it. I got to pause this. I got to think very carefully how to get out of the current mess, or someone's going to starve. So after thinking about this briefly, I think what I'm going to do temporarily, I'm going to cut off all the power going from every direction except for where I want it to be consumed. Okay, ran that for a second. It's not happy about it. What am I missing? Maybe let's cut that off too. Okay, boom. Auto sweeper, picking up food, putting that in the fridge. All right, so then dupes will be able to run and grab that. See, they're on a rush. Let me, I'm going to double that to 4. Okay, so that gives the dupes food so that they can survive. I also realized I forgot to put a drop off here for pips, so we'll get that in place. All right, maybe I can hook things back up and let things run. And we've got to focus on that. Checking that. We've got the fridge there. How are calories over here? 20,000. We've got the cooling system running in this little zone. Current temperatures far too warm. With an extra layer of protection up here. So explore looking pretty not too well today. Just curious why did okay, I did not realize that must have been something that I was meant to fix but never actually get back together. We'll put that in place. maybe do that as well. In fact, actually, maybe not do that because there's no guarantee that we won't get brine, except for the fact that I know that there's only brine in this little section. Let's see, we got enough water. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, the focus is going to be more over here. Speed things up. I've got to be watching this, though. Are we out of power? We are. Don't like that at all. But are we out of food? We're not out of food. So dupes can grab something. We need to get this desperately in place. Builder coming down, help us with that. We've got a cooling system that's going to go through here. Storage for coal and an auto sweeper. 4% stress, so not too bad. Let me just select Pip over here. Have maybe try maintaining 4 of those in that stable. I would probably also be smart by stopping. I'd like to ultimately get hydrogen in here, but it not the current priority. Noticing this is being filled up, but again, I don't think that's current priority. We're going to get a lot of carbon dioxide. Notice that this is actually a pretty terrible area for carbon dioxide, but we did enable these. That is consuming power, though, unfortunately, with that pump. But it's necessary. Coming back over to this asteroid. Okay, so we've got that set up there. I also noticed that we've lost our nature reserve. There must have been, I bet in the one of the floods that we had, we probably lost one of our plants that we needed. So I'm going to expand out, take that guy out, try to resolve that. What do we have for glass? Oh, glass. I'll take it. Okay, so lights are on. Curious if at this point anyone will throw any coal into this coal generator, helping us out with power production. One thing I did not put in is the automation to turn it off when we've got enough. Quick smart battery. I don't think we'll need to run these long term. I did put in a monitor here for where we are with 69 tons of coal. Okay, we are critical right now. We've got to be watching this because I don't want anyone to starve. It's very important. Coming in over here. Temperature is dropping inside our deep freezer. I'll be very excited to put food in there. Any progress over here? Maybe I priority just a bit. Get all this done. Okay, 1 coal generator going. That's going to help with our power production. Have a green signal here. We're just waiting for that to go through to maybe grab in a bit of hydrogen. I wonder if we could afford to cut this temporarily. This should allow that hydrogen to flow backwards into our generators. Put in coal storage over here. Maybe make that a higher priority temporarily. Okay, so there we go. We won't run that when there is hydrogen, but we will put that in place. There's some coal being pushed in. Let me just wait a little bit longer to get that a little bit more filled up. Okay, let's take that back to a 5. So we got this project over here, which I'd like to get in place. I don't think we are making any more reed fiber, which is going to be a problem. Body temperature. Oh, we've gotten too cold. So I may need to find a place for that. That may be Explorer's next project. So now that the mess has been fixed, at least I'm hoping so, I'm going to relocate these guys up here. We have a gold volcano, so a little bit of heat has been added to that environment. So I think that will be a better place to try to grow these. We'll rip those up. In fact, maybe we'll even destroy those. Otherwise, pips are just going to put stuff in them. And then over on the other asteroid, we've got our coal generators running. We've sent our hydrogen backwards. See a little bit of hydrogen in the line. That's helpful. We are no longer sending hydrogen for Explorer, though. We will fix that eventually. We're going to put in a fire ladder down here and explore down this direction so we can get down to some natural gases located here, here, and that guy that's blocked off right there. And that will also be another power source if by the time I get that I could use for power. Noticing algae a little bit low. I've asked for a little bit to be dug out, so hopefully that's going to last a little bit longer in there. Seeing some eggs being dropped off. I did set that to be... Okay, why am I seeing so many pacus in here when I should only get true when we're below 4? Anyway, we'll come back to that one. I think we're just burning way too algae way too quickly. Yeah, let's fill these in. We might be a bit limited to what we can do until, well, let's go back over here until we get some of these growing. Oh, I can see that we need to expand some room before we actually grow anything here. Checking our deep freezer, getting cooler, but not there yet. Okay, so this will be important. Copy this. We are going to get some... actually, our ultimate source of this is going to be from Dracos, but we're just not there yet. So after that's done, then we can tie into this ethanol line. So I'd like to get a liquid airlock so we can get out there into the cold zone safely. Okay, why is that? Okay, not growing. It is growing. Awesome. Okay, so that takes care of that. Dupes now expanding on their fire pole in this direction. Just to make it, figure we'll make it easier to get down and do the construction there. But over here might be a bit limited. We're going to be going through a very hot zone, so I might take a moment to do a liquid airlock design. Okay, so quick little design here, double liquid airlock. I think water is going to be good enough to fill in there. So we'll just tap into our water line. Fill that up, make a vacuum with that pump and a little bit of insulation. Check to make sure everything is good here. Storing that pipe. Again, another liquid airlock is going to be put in place down here. Just curious. I realize I probably should deal with all the carbon dioxide that's been piling up. Just ask for a quick design here to put in a pump. Look for not oxygen or polluted oxygen and store that away over here. So Explorer can work on that. Tubes over here have their tasks in here, plus continuing on with the fire pole. Let's start going down, so maybe we'll get Miner, one of the dupes that can dig really well. Go down in here without actually going into our natural gas area just yet. Oh yeah, and Biolix had asked, where are we with Blossom Seeds 29? Can that be a food source? Not certain that we will have enough production of that to keep up with so many pacus. Though maybe mixed with a few other things. But certainly, I'm hoping this system's going to be where we'll get most of our... Okay, I could put in some Dracos, though I think the few that I have are okay with that little bit of mealwood. But we'll be ready to go with the regular Draco staple soon, which is good news. I want to check the deep freezer again. Okay, almost at 0, not quite yet. This is going to be important because if we're going to do some construction down here, I'd like to get rid of the carbon dioxide. Oh, all right. Made progress along this way. What about in here? I think we can start. Oh, okay, we don't have any of the suits. I mean, just might be required to share the different zones. I don't need that many. In fact, maybe we'll deal with just 2 there. Another item to take, or a grove. Curious if that's going to be better served over here. Not that it's a lot of calories. So I'd like to get some, actually won't hurt, I don't think, starting to fill that up. Oh, shoot, I just realized. Well, yeah, let's hold on. Let's keep that dry. Because, just notice we need to have that tile right there built. All right, and we may need another task or 2, but do we have... Okay, we've got 1 or 2 over here. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to enable our Atmo Suit dock. Now that we have at least 2 suits there, we're going to keep expanding down this direction, getting closer and closer to that natural geyser. Want to make sure that we... Oh, body temperature. Ha. All right, I guess the problem is I'm taking in liquid that's too cold. I probably should have gone maybe even further up. Is there any other hotter? Yeah, maybe over here would have been a smarter area for me to work in. I'll make that change. Let's just get rid of that, that, and that. So the plan is to, after taking this out, going to put in our hydroponic plants down there. You guys could... Oh! Okay, it's just occurred to me that if I relocate the Drecos over here to their stable, that would actually give... Because right now they can't produce their scales because they're not in hydrogen. Okay. So Explorer has their task. What I'm going to do is just reconfigure this. I figure I can block off the floor here because there's hydrogen above this, and actually put these 2 into operation. In fact, to be honest, I only need this guy here for the very moment. So I'm going to take a moment to do that, and we'll get back. Really did not take long. All we need to do is put in some tiles. I see some auto sweepers that are supplying some material. We only have 2 Atmo Suits, but I don't think that should be too... Oh, forgot a single tile right there. And I'm doing this at priority as well. Make sure we get a drop-off spot there made. Do I have a drop-off spot in here? I don't. That's fine. As soon as this is ready, I will ask for Dreco. Ask for up to 8. We'll make that higher priority thing. Still don't see... Oh, I see 1 tile there. Hoping that's going to be stable. Let's take this. Grow multiple of those. We'll ask for the regular type of Drecos to be wrangled up. You, and you. In that way, that's going to be another source of reed fiber, since that's kind of a limiting factor. What we want to do with that operate that little tile there. Let's start to fill these up. Okay, that's good. I might need a few more firewall or fire poles being put in there. You're not overpressured, at least not yet. Is that brought down the temperature? Yeah, definitely had its effect. Oh, okay. Did not notice that the dupes are able to slip in here without their Atmo Suits. That's not cool. Okay, that prevents that situation from happening again. Oh, and is anyone wearing Atmo Suits? That kind of went in a way I didn't expect. Maybe they were relocated over here. Yeah, definitely in need of reed fiber. So if I could get, nice. Even CU with that larger set of scales. Doesn't mean that it's full yet. 60, no, it's reproduction. 95, so we need just to wait a little bit longer. And someone will be able to use the shearing station. Let's take that, copy that there. I'm going to ask for that to be connected. So since we have got, oh, but no Atmo Suits. Dock that one. Okay, so there's at least one Atmo Suit for us to get down in that direction. Oh, critters. Didn't even think of them. That could be a dangerous area for some of the critters to go into. I know Bips will go in there. We give them the choice. Though, I wonder if this flooded area would actually prevent them from wanting to do that. Let's maybe be safe and not rely on that. So we'll fill that. We'll start to get that second one filled up. We're going to do that. Oh, this doesn't give me room to put in a door to prevent critters from going through. Okay, I will come up with some design. Just realized that I could just put the door in the water area after this has been taken out. So we're going to go with that approach. Builder coming in here. And maybe I will get that last fire pole built and I'll get a design created to get down that direction. So yeah, if I put a door right there, that will prevent that too. Let's go look in here. Curious if I've got to prioritize on that. I'm also got to get across. It's a little bit of a mess. I don't think that's actually flowing at the moment in any particular way. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Well, that's supposed to be polluted water. Oh, that's backed up. That's not right. That's not right at all. First of all, we've got brine in that line. Oh my goodness. Let's get rid of some of the brine to start with. And I'll use that to feed. Okay, I'll definitely have something wrong. Okay, we'll come back to that. Miner doing some construction work here, and I think it is time to design the site. Just notice a little bit of hydrogen building up, and we're out of hydrogen on Explorer's Asteroid. Pretty sure. Yep. So we will start sharing that. In fact, why don't I just disconnect that, and that way Explorer can have a little bit of hydrogen while we're waiting for that to go through the long line over here. And we'll start working on some construction area. First of all, I know that this guy, maybe trying to do some analysis before we seal this off, but we want to insulate it because this guy is going to be outputting very hot gas. And we'll take a pump. That pump's being made out of steel, by the way. Do a very similar setup over here once we actually get down. See, that is enough of that. I will ask for this guy to be destroyed. Start filling up that second compartment. I guess I can rebuild that. As soon as that is put in place, let's put in a door just to protect some pips and other critters from getting through. Second area being filled up. Let's go back over here and make sure. Okay, excellent. Do we actually have polluted water? Reaching, not yet. I don't want to take polluted. I want to take polluted water from not from where the food is, but rather. Let me think. Let me think. Let's get this set up such that polluted water. Okay, we'll get you to provide that to there. This is going to be the priority. Let me think. Could be a separate line. So that's our polluted water line, but... Oh, I see. I'm going to have to be very careful about this. Let's put that down there. Is that going to cause some confusion in the line? It might. So that I'll do that instead. Okay, how much more liquid? Not a whole lot. We'll have to come back with better design, more long term. Oh, look at this. A little bit of reed fiber. That is nice to have. We have any orders of Atmo Suits? Maybe I'll ask for one. Ask for some aluminum too. Some analysis going on down here by scientists. Another item to take in, some swamp char. I think that makes more sense over on this asteroid. 10,000 calories. Okay, -8. Still not cold enough for a deep freezer yet. You just take all the settings here and apply that there. A little bit of reed fiber being brought over here. So we'll put in polluted oxygen. We'll put in oxygen. Set these to the max. Set that to the max. A few more pipes, and I think we'll be able to do more stuff with Explorer here. Okay, that one is in place, so I can ask for that to be connected. That didn't work, did it? Okay, so we'll start making a vacuum right there. I might be fighting with that carbon dioxide. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Let's just make a priority of getting that filled in that direction. Builder over here, doing some digging, ladder, building, installation. I think... Oh no, I could always just open that up from the top eventually. I'm relying on this crude oil here, actually, technically. I'm relying on this at the moment, and that... But this will prevent the natural gas from going up and filling this whole zone. All right, I think Explore is... Oh no, a couple more pieces of pipe. Got some pump down there. Did we ever get in more Atmo Suits? Looking good there then. We'd be getting natural gas if we could get down here, guys. Come on, let's get constructing. Okay, that should be enough, so I'm going to ask for that liquid vent to be taken out. We've got a vacuum in here, which is awesome. There is our steel pump that's built. That's awesome. Just ask for a little bit of insulation along the way. We'll dig that out. That will let natural gas spill out in here, but I'm not worried about that. And some ladders there. Okay, let me design how I want to approach this guy. So my next move in here is to get in such a way that we won't spill natural gas everywhere. Also notice we're out of refined carbon. So we're going to ask for some cleanse right there. Start to make a little bit of that so we can produce more steel, because I will want yet another steel pump in here. And eventually when we get down there, another steel pump. Explorer just has more piping. Take some natural, not natural gas, ethanol. So oh, shoot. Okay, I didn't realize that was connected. Let's just pop that. Get rid of that little end. And they must be out of metal. It must be what's going on there. That doesn't have to be made of iron, actually. Okay, we'll do that later. So I'd rather get the Atmo Suit going in this direction. Main reason I just want to have Atmo Suit there is to protect them from getting wet and stressed. I've got to be careful about how I do this last little bit. I think I can just go down like that, and that should, well, I don't even know if that's needed, but that's fine. That little piece of crude oil is going to prevent the natural gas from coming out if we can get that built. Make a little ladder system get across. Okay, so now we've got all this material. Let me just put in bin to move some stuff out. Temporary one at least. Oh, you know what? Let's open up this zone and put it over there. Okay, and I think we can ask for that to be dug out. Just so we don't forget the analysis, let me click that. And I think it is time for our liquid airlock to be designed right here. The goal is to get an Atmo Suit put in right here. Then once that's in place, I'll allow the dupe to continue on. All we really need to do is, oh, water spillage apparently. Want to clean that up to maintain stress levels. So that will give Explorer something to do over the next little bit. Now that I've got this, let me ask for everything to be swept inside here so we can have a clean area. Up the priority there to a 6. We're able to get into this zone as well. Do a similar thing. We're going to take this guy here. Get out of, or get some of the material out of there before we seal it off. We want to complete analysis though too. Analysis has been complete here. Excellent. Why not take the fire pole down just a little bit more? Oh, more liquid on the floor. It's not good. I want to keep Explorer from being stressed out. 1%, that's actually pretty good compared to where Explorer has been. Food-wise, curious. We are just about, in fact, I think we now can put in our food. So let's build this guy right there. Make that a priority thing. Let's get rid of that. And we'll have this, I think we'll just have it store anything edible. Put everything edible in there. Make this a higher priority. And then that should be in such a way. Uh-oh. We already gotten, what's going on? We got some brine in there. Shoot. Okay. Let's examine that. Empty, empty, empty. Is that just a little bit that, okay, maybe we don't need to worry about that anymore. But I would like to see some food stored in there. Let's put that as 1 kilogram worth of food. Okay, so that's making the Thimbleweed happy again. Go and make sure there's tasking over here. Scientist completing the last little bit of analysis, installation. Has all this stuff been moved out? It has. Okay, I'd kind of like to keep it dry before we seal it off. But at least this guy's spilling some natural... Oh, there is some carbon dioxide. I want this just to be pure hydrogen, or pure natural gas, rather. What about over here? Thankfully, that is just a natural gas. Okay, I want to deal with that. That way, if I keep it pure, I won't have to do any filtering on this pump. So this is... I think it's already going to work itself out just like that. That's awesome. Dump all of that out on the floor. Come over here. Let's put it's a little bit further away than it really needed to be, but that's fine. Take that out. Let's go over here. I suspect I'll want to print this on this asteroid. If it's some food, or a Volpup. Volpup would be long-term food. I think we can afford that. But I will want to very quickly take this guy and relocate that into our full area. Okay, let's continue on. Waiting for cleanup there. Waiting for a little bit of mop up down there. Still don't see any food that has been brought over. And put a higher priority. Oh, let's make that a 5. We don't need that high priority anymore. Though I would like some reed fiber over to the main asteroid. Food picked up. Awesome. Going into there, which is perfect. Let's make cooking food the priority. So with that being a 6 and this dupe being able to cook, you would think he's going to go to the grill. Except not. Oh, what priority that? It's a 5? No. Unless there's just not enough meat in there to actually do a cook. It's a 6 though. Okay, a little bit confused as to what's going on. At least stuff is making it to the deep freezer, and I'm happy with that. I mean, if all this stuff lands there. Bog jelly. Okay, it's at minus 25, so there must be a false signal. We didn't even create any steam in this process. I'm not complaining. Okay, let's, no more explore. Okay, a little bit more priority up on moving that out. And I'll do some designing over here. We've got 2 areas of work over on this asteroid. This little section here where we're slowly putting this together. Moving some material out of the way. And I'm bringing power down to here. And we're going to seal this off. Gotta be careful about not trapping any dupes though, so maybe do this at priority. Just so I know that that doesn't happen. I don't see a reason why dupes would step in there, but they're not always the smartest. So I put in automation so I don't have the pump running unless it's a decent amount of pressure. Creating a little vacuum here just so that we don't take in heat. And I'm thinking putting in infinite storage of gas right in between. Guess lots of work for them to do. Let's go over see how Explorer is doing. Okay, a little bit more piping. That's their oxygen pipe. Dump all that on the floor so they can continue cleaning up. Only have, I think, 2 dupes that can then build the heavy watt conductive plate. Not sure if the dupes can reach everything there, so we'll put in a ladder to help them complete that section. $17,000 calories. Okay, that is good. I think we should see the calories go up over time with all the wild plants and what we're growing, and without assuming that we're not going to have any food go bad, which we shouldn't. This little guy here going to maintain our temperature inside there, so that'll stay that way. Some excellent fruit didn't need to go in there, but that's fine. Okay, the tube's cleaning out some material. I see analysis is also complete on that one. That's a bit of good news. Oh, and we've okay. We have a bit of spill of natural gas, but it's sealed off. So I think we're going to be fine with that. Just move that out of the way by 1. Maybe we'll start going down a little bit further, and if I need to potentially block off this area. Do that priority so I don't forget. we'll go down and visit this third natural gas geyser. So we'll have lots of natural gas options. Oh, and that needs another empty. Just a few more pipes going down, but we probably, yeah, need to build down here as well. All right, I am feeling better knowing that Explorer has a deep freezer. Be less worried about food for them. 300,000 calories. So pretty decent. Algae, we are down to about a ton only. So that is kind of being a concern. Though that's why I'm getting natural gas so we can enhance our calorie production. Though as time goes on, hoping that this is going to expand as well. Oh, okay. Did not notice that eggs are stayed in that machine. That is not good. Let's fix that. Okay, that's all because the conveyor chute was not built. Shoot. All right, so that should get eggs landing there. And then we should have our sorting machines. I think they're probably opposite of what we actually want them to be. So if we're ever above, maybe I need to say below. Copy that there. So our two different types of eggs should go in each direction. Better put in that there before that egg hatches. If I could get a glossy stable produced, we'd be able to start making some plastic. Guess we want to clean that off. Oh, shoot. And then didn't actually mean for that to run just yet. Got ahead of me. Get that little tile built down there. Do another empty on that. I don't know if I've interrupted scientists or not. I was just about to say, are you out of lead? Maybe we'll ask for a ton or so of lead, maybe 2 tons, to be brought over for more automation. Okay, so just some of that material to be moved over. Let's just move that over. Just like to keep the area clean before I seal it off. Getting there, getting close. Continue to dig down. I don't know if we'll get at the that second natural gas geyser today, or third actually. But we'll start to make progress. Nothing else. One more piece of sand down there. Didn't trap any dupes down here, so I can re-establish this. So we can create that vacuum. And I think that is this one done. I just want to make sure that we actually have a pipe coming out. We'll connect it later. I will tell it, don't run unless you're above 500. Okay, so that is ready to go. We just need to clean this off and then do the next part of that little section. Maybe we'll have time. Bring in some steel, why not? Need it at some point. Oh, I don't think I asked for the carbon. Or refined carbon. I'll ask for a dozen pieces in both those machines. And just a single piece of sand would be cool if we could get that done, guys. Come on. Back down over here. That's looking like a decent shape. I'm not surprised that that's being blocked off. Do we have a little bit of plastic? I think we can afford to do that. Make sure our Draco's still happy. I'm glad I caught that egg. Oh, what is with you? Body temperature. A little too cold. Or, yeah, okay. We do have the heating line going through, so it's hot enough here, but not. Maybe we'll take that up to 45. Getting the doors closed, which will bring more heat up for that guy. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna do this differently. Let's take this, just relocate it there. High priority. Go check on Explorer. Making progress. Look at the lead. Lead's been brought up. Now that's being transferred over. That's good news. Oh, I guess I will allow them to harvest, but eventually I'll want to stop that. Okay, ready for the next part. So I have thought of two things. First of all, we're going to dig a spot across here so that I can eventually connect a hydrogen, or not hydrogen, natural gas line that's going to connect this with infinite storage. And I thought, actually, let's redesign this little section in here. This should be direct, display or destroy all. I'm going to have this as our storage of natural gas right in that location, so we need to dig all this out. Maybe just put in that in place. We'll use maybe some crude oil to complete this. Put that there and there. Get rid of that guy. Miner digging this out. So since miner's doing that, we'll get this is gonna be it's going to be hot gas, so it should actually be insulating. Take that out, try that again. Maybe I will just prioritize on that, otherwise miner will focus their time on there. And let's get in our insulated pipe going through this little zone that miner's been digging out for us. Go over here, see how things are coming along. Okay, so we've got this. I don't know if we've got an actual suit available to us. Actually, I don't even know if I've got any to spare over on this asteroid either. What I might do for the time being, if we've got everything we need to be done there, let's just take that off. And start getting this to be filled in. Verify we've got oxygen. Oxygen has made it there, so there's that at least. Okay, so we've achieved a vacuum in here. We can get rid of these two guys then. Get rid of that storage as well. And let's make a priority on this little section of the project. Mop up a little bit of crude oil we can use for this. Be here, down there. So we'll want to throw that into here. Want to have a second pump, also out of steel. We're going to put in there. Take some of the crude oil, have it dropped off. Just so that we can trick this from infinitely storing gas right in here. We'll want, probably overkill, but I'm going to use steel to get across like this. Now let's design the piping. So this would come in at priority. I would want to go up. So we'll go into this and up and out. We'll switch to insulation. And then we'll go up, and this will go towards, we'll have to redo some stuff in there. But eventually we'll be able to, that'll be our natural gas line coming up. But if it can't output anything, then worst case, it'll go down here, doing essentially infinite storage. Let's make that a priority. A little bit of progress on our natural gas line up to that point. Oh, okay, nice. All right, well, how about then we ask for that to be constructed. That'll be Explorer's job now. We still have that set up. So we'll get more and more reed fiber as these guys continue to go on, which is good. Checking over here. Nice. Okay, let's bring these guys in. Click on you. Click on you. So eventually reed fiber will not be a big concern. Let's make sure that we still have production going on. Nice. Got those growing. Just make sure we empty this before we complete. Crude oil, though, taking its sweet old time being moved. Here we go. Thank you, scientist. If someone could empty it for us. Didn't actually check to see if that is... It's got to be less than 2,000. 700. Oh. Okay, you know what? I made a mistake, but fortunately... So let's empty this guy. And let's take this guy here out. Glad I caught that. And take that right there. Okay, so we've got some crude oil there that will get that to be able to output. Did I ever set you? No, I did not. 500 or above. Let's work on this little section here. So we'll put in that like that. And we've got our insulated pipe coming along. Check on Explorer to make sure they're not oh, hold on. Yeah, they could potentially be in a dangerous situation. Seems like they're fine right now. Okay, I'm good. I will put in maybe a separator point right down there. Do I care about temperature? I don't think I do, but just to be sure, let's build that. Interestingly enough, dupes aren't coming in there to build that little section. All right, I'll design this last little section here. So realizing I've got one little regret, which is I didn't actually put in a line for connecting the other natural gases in. So we've got to go into this zone and rebuild this little section. Again, we'll make that a priority thing. Oh, we lost a little bit of crude oil, but I think we still have a fair amount that will work for us. Get this to continue on that way. Explorer still has their work, so we're going to be taking in a little bit of cold. But once we get our liquid airlock, let's not forget our pump. Should be put in right there. That output in gas at some point. Connect that with power, but don't let it run just yet. Okay, so that takes care of that little section. Let's just push this back in. I'm a little confused as why this is not being built. Is that just a priority thing? Or is there something actually going on? Dupes can't get down there. They can get down there. Let's take in maybe out of copper heavy watt wires go into here. Okay, Explorer continuing in. So I think this is going to be next time. Explorer will be able to get down here, take advantage of some of the stuff in the very cold biome, but they'll be able to get in there safely. Oh, so berry, might as well take that. We're cooking it? Excellent. Good number of Atmo Suits to be able to support that section of the project. Clean this off. And then after this, so at this point, we're using this as an infinite storage. That's going to make sure this guy doesn't become overpressured. So we're able to get more and more kilograms of natural gas. I'd like to get this sealed up. Make sure we have an output. We do. Put that right there. I don't think we need the overpressured area for that. A little bit more insulation down here. Now, with some ice, I better be careful. Maybe knock some of that out that direction. Okay, we'll clean that up after. Start making a vacuum along here. That's just to prevent the heat from escaping on this one tile on us. Surround that with a little bit better insulation. So we've sealed that off. Start our vacuum, locate it right there. And I'm going to collect some ice. Okay, I just want to make sure some of this ice doesn't overflow some of the liquids we're going to use here to store. Or prevent cold temperatures from escaping, like it is right now. And I think we are now safe to ask for the ethanol to be dropped off right there. I think this can be, well, maybe I'll have enough ethanol. I'll use that. But that could be water if I wanted it to. Because it's going to be on the warmer side of things. A little bit of vacuum being made in here. And we've achieved vacuum, so that can go. All right, and that has gotten that down. Down here, we're probably highly pressured. It's dormant, though. The next activity is going to be under 50 cycles or so no rush on that. They'll be available for us later on. This guy is active, and he'll be active for 14 more cycles. So that'll be super useful. How about then, I think it is time to design the actual cooking part of this, which I don't think will take too long, but I'll build that up here. Okay, so all that for us to be able to get cooking with gas. We've got a gas range going here. We'll have automated lights. What I need to do is make sure the inputs to that get put over here instead of here. So for instance, we see a pacu filet and we see the barbecue meat. In fact, barbecue meat definitely needs to be brought over here. Cooked seafood needs to be brought over here. That's the two inputs that I want to start cooking with. So I'm going to have this in. I'll have to wait for that automation be put in. But in the meantime, what else we've got going on? We've got a insulated line that's going to connect natural gas to the gas range. And then let's just make sure, nice. Liquids does not seem to be flowing. Something's wrong. I see. That's maybe just do a quick mop up and destroy that. Actually, it might not be too bad since we've got this little area here. But we'll want to keep that area dry. Let's keep that area dry. Excuse me, dry. Got more reed fiber being produced there. That's some good news. A bit of spot there. We also want to make sure it is dry. But right now we are letting the cold in, so let's go explore. So I will want to take this in. Oh, an explorer cannot. I wonder. Oh, you know what I did not do? We did not get that nature reserve back in place. Let me think about that. So I've got 4 plants in here, and I just need one more. So the plan is to get this to be incorporated as part of our nature reserve. Could also work with pips to complete this, but you know what? We've got, I think it'll be easy enough. We're also going to take this out. That way I will put, maybe even do this type of thing. Just make that even, bring up our fire pole. That is allowing the dupe to go into this zone, which I don't want. So let's kick them out. To copy that, put that right there. Hopefully that's not too big for the nature reserve after destroying this. And come back over here, see if progress has been made. Looks like it has. Okay, so let me think about this. I no longer want to send barbecue meat as well as cooked seafood, right? Is it literally just called cooks? Yeah, it is. Cooked seafood. So we're no longer going to be sending that into this line. And we will want to send that over here. So that is cooked seafood, barbecue. And I will want to take out all the stuff that's there. So all the barbecue, all the cooked seafood. It's at max. Perfect. So that should be taken out. Let me think. I drop that on the floor. And then I'm going to do the same. Actually, I'll do copy this over there. This is just for the output, whatever. Put that back in place. But if I take the cooked seafood and I get the dupes to drop it off right here. Don't want that to sit on the ground too long. Okay, must not be a lot of barbecue. So yeah, barbecue meat is more our limiting factor. That's okay. Let's jump that on the ground. There's our barbecue meat. Let's dump that there. Oh, dupes are picking that up before the auto sweeper had a chance. But that's okay if right now that's being held up in the fridge. This guy's not transferring it here because we said not to. I just need to up the priority of this. Ah, okay, nice. All right. So let's double check that that's actually going in this direction. So we've got some cooked seafood. Single tile. Someone could just throw that together really quickly. We can get cooking here. It'd be nice if we had some lights. So we'll power that in. Oh, and we need a couple things. Oxygen line needs to jump over that. Insulation pipe needs to come in for natural gas. We're going to continue on digging. This might be next time, but we'll get down closer to that natural gas. Because this guy is not active right now, I don't think it's super urgent that we've got this. We do have this guy for 14, probably less cycles, 13 cycles at this point. Okay, did we get... Okay, it looks like 800... Oh. Need to get that built. That's important. We need to lose 8 tiles. I think we can do that. Maybe. How can we do this? Put in, should have actually maybe put that on the other side. Put that in there. We'll see what that gives us. Come back to explore. Well, let's do some surf and turf. Actually, stuffed berries. What is, oh, I didn't even think of that. Okay, might as well, yeah, we'll allow that. We'll allow some cooked seafood to be made. And the output also needs, I need to add in whatever is going to be cooked out of this guy, which I may need to wait until it lands on the ground to select. Put baker appropriately here, using their range. So there's our surf and turf. So we will get surf and turf selected. So it goes in the deep freezer because we do not want our very good quality food to go bad on us. And how about we put in one here, but then put in our surf and turf. And then there was, I don't want to leave. I'm just about done at this point. I just want to capture the other type of food, stuffed berry. That's important. Otherwise, that's going to sit on the floor and go bad, which would be sad. So let's not allow that to happen. Awesome. So now we are cooking with gas, literally. So we're relying on just one natural geyser, but we've got a second one that's going to become active eventually. We'll connect this line with over there. Let me just go over to this asteroid. How are we? 46,000. Okay. Mealwood seed. I'm going to print that over here. I don't know who we'll give this to. I want to keep Explorer with their warm coat. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, well, that's fine. All right, let's see. With a little bit more of insulation. Maybe I will just finish off on quickly connecting this line, even though it won't be ready for a bit. But yeah, there it is. We've got the ability, accepts mutant seeds. Is there an ability to turn that off? Where is that? Forbid mutants. Okay. Okay, so I'm calling this the bonus section. I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if I'll complete this, but we'll get progress to here. I'll even click analyze so scientists knows what to do when they get down there. But I just want to make sure that we actually get a nature reserve. I've actually way over in size, 143. So I actually am going to work with a pip. Oh, you're going down there to grab stuff, are you? That's not super awesome. But yeah, I want to get a nature reserve in here via a pip. So we'll put in some tiles and make that happen. I may need to get a rancher over temporarily. It's not natural gas that we're short down there. So these guys have their task. We're going to get this little pipe going. And I put a little divider there, by the way, just so that there's not confusion between going in and out of different Atmo Suits. Otherwise, we potentially could get all kinds of Atmo Suits piled up in one end. Make sure that we've got no excess food lined up there. 363,000 calories. 47 over here. So we're looking pretty good calorie-wise, which is nice. On hard mode, I might be comfortable getting another dupe soon. Not going to do that just yet. I notice a little piece of liquid down here. It'd be nice to mop that up. So dupes just finishing the ladder, fire pole down to this point. Figure we'll make it easy to get across this little section. Okay, Explorer just doing some farming way over there. This may bring up some liquid, so I may need to do a bit of mopping after this. Okay, let's keep that area dry as we can. Oh, I don't know how this is going to go. We'll find out. Because what I want to do is make some natural tiles. Here, here, here. And one right there. Explorer unbreak. So the dupes have made their tile to get across there. We can take that out just to make it even easier to get down to this zone. Why not put in our fire pole? How are the Drecos doing? Nice. Excellent. See another guy over here. That is super awesome. I might actually take a moment to form more stables. So all I've really done is just ask for a few tiles to be filled in here, which will be super useful. I'm also going to get more bristle blossoms growing. Where are we with seeds on that? Should have plenty to be able to build. Oh, did I get rid of that? Oh no, 38. Algae, just above a ton. So we're getting very light on that. We're gonna have to fill this in like that. This we'll put down there. Oh, I don't know how if that's gonna work actually. Either that or we're gonna have to, maybe we'll just move this over. Oh, great. Should have done that in a different order. Okay, no, cancel that, cancel that, cancel that. Let's do this from the bottom up. Just giving myself enough room to be able to actually get above this door. Pretty sure this is going to work with this, though I do want to get rid of all the stuff that's down here. Just give me a sec. Okay, so keep pushing. Oh, didn't even consider that overflowing. I think that's going to be enough right there. Let's just put that like there just to be safe. And then we'll fill that in. We can get rid of that. Dig that out. All just so that we can get that little section, that it will be good enough. See how these guys are doing. Working on their fire pole, getting down to this point. They've dug that out. That's good to see. Okay, maybe we will get a natural gas connection done then. I'll design a bit of work that needs to be done here. So just before I go any further, I'm going to put a piece of crude oil here just to prevent all this gas from leaking out on us. Luckily, we've got some right there that we can mop up. Explorer on break. What is their schedule? They've got 3 hours, maybe at yeah. Let's leave that alone. They are getting wet occasionally, which is upping their stress value. A bit of cobalt, didn't see that. Just get that out of there. And move this pip over here. Again, we'll probably need brancher to be able to do that. Which means maybe this fire pole needs to back away just a bit. That we want to take out. We'll put in bleach stone storage. Right there. Okay, so with, oh, we don't have a crude oil. I could have just used something we've already collected. Throw that right there. Got some material here. Wouldn't mind moving out of the way. Including that water. That needs to be done before the door, doesn't it? Otherwise, this won't make a natural tile. Here we are, first tile put in there. Let's build that right there. Another door going in right there. That way the pip will be able to plant in aluminum. Natural gas pump going in. Nice. Being throttled by that Atmo sensor. Maybe I'll ask for some more suits, since this is where all the construction is happening at the moment. Take that out. Take that out. Oh, okay, we'll go over to this asteroid for that. Getting a number of those. Not complaining. Nice thing about them is they don't care about how many critters are around, so they can be in a really small place like this, and they do not mind. We'll just slowly get meat from them over time. For free, essentially. Oh, awesome. Crude oil. Let's empty that. Okay, explore. Another cycle. This guy is active. If we could get in there, it'd be nice to get scientist on the actual work that's necessary to be done. Why is no one emptying that? Just want to keep the whole area dry if we can. Okay, are we out of Atmo Suits? Seems like a long time for dupes to simply just open a little container. There we are. I'll be able to do that. Make the priority go into that direction so scientists can start analyzing him. More insulated pipe. This guy can be taken out. Didn't end up getting anything buried inside there, which is bonus. Let's take that out and that out. Put that in there for the short term. And I better restore access to the water. Okay, so with that, we'll want to put in a pitcher pump. Regular pump. Provide that with some power. And once these doors are in place, we will go grab... Oh! Ethanol, still not... Shoot. Because I was wanting to up this... You know what? Let's just do this. I'm tired of not being able to dig through obsidian. Because we're leaking, I bet, a lot of cold and heat into this zone where we don't want to. Okay. Come back on that one. Scientists doing some work here. Start with our insulation kind of going around like this. And we'll fill in the fire pole just because. Another day for Explorer. Make that urgent. Let's look at the schedule for Rancher or Veterinarian. Actually, Veterinarian is perfectly set up to move over since they are going to be refreshed in their schedule. So Veterinarian, let's send you over to the other asteroid. Veterinarian on the way. Okay, let's not leave Veterinarian the teleportation equipment. Okay, so do that. And all I want to do is move this pip into there with Veterinarian, and then they can leave right away. Though, we've got lots of food, so not super urgent. Okay, there's that. Let's send Veterinarian back. They can be teleported. Okay, and let's take a quick moment. I need to gather some seeds so this pip can plant in here, but I do want this planted first. Otherwise, and I've got to check, is there any other plants in the way? I think these guys are far enough away. So what I'm going to do is just, actually, I think it's only this last one we need to worry about. I just need to find some seed. So we're going to get that last pipe built. I've figured bog seed, since it'll give us food production. Would be nice to have going on. Give the pip something to think about. And we do have our ethanol making its way into here. I think I'm just going to use ethanol for both those locations. Might as well just switch that for normal tile figure. We will need to get in a vacuum there. Why don't I take a moment to put in an alert system if we ever lose vacuum, starting with this guy. Okay, so just I will be alerted if that vacuum is lost. It would be good to know about. Take that out. Put this maybe storage there just to remove some material. Pip has not planted any. Oh no, they have planted something. That's good. All right, I might just finish off on waiting for this to be filled in so that I know that I can get this vacuum started. In fact, why don't I at the same time put in the alert system so that when we do have a vacuum, I'll know if it's ever been broken. I think at this point, then. Oh, we don't actually have anything going there. That in place. Make sure that has power to start in a vacuum. Nice. Come back, check on that in a moment. And do a little bit of work over here. In fact, I don't even think we need this. I'll just select a few things manually. All right, so we've got a design in. Again, double checking. We've got that made out of steel. Nice thing about gas pumps, they don't take a lot of material. A little bit of an overpressure problem here. I don't know if we've got the build. Oh, we do have plastic. Okay. Bit surprised that's not. Oh, yeah, that would have came from the other asteroid. Their dupes sharing their resources. Okay, so we'll just clear the ground a little bit. Let's go back. In this asteroid, we should have this constructed. That's not right. It's meant to be an alert system. Make sure that we don't have an overflow problem. I think it's okay. We just need a little bit more liquid. In fact, maybe it would be nice. I was going to say maybe I will cut this here so that we don't get this line of ethanol. I'll just let that drain out, actually. That's perfect. We've achieved a vacuum. So if this is ever above 0, I will want to know about it. Let me just copy that. Go over to this asteroid. Send that right there. And make sure we've got an alert system for us to be able to pick it up if anything is wrong there. And let's have a look on this asteroid. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Oh, I wonder if I maybe should have put that up there. Though I don't love the fact that we've got, let's just build this right there. Feel like this should be filled with liquid. Once we pop that, get Explorer to come back quick. Oh, some water in the way. Don't want that to be mopping up ethanol. I don't think they can. Construction in here. Let's make a priority of emptying that zone. Or I forget, let's put that right there. And let's go see what we get from the printing pod. Oh, acorn. Yeah, I'll have one on this asteroid. That's nice. They're actually hard to get. Pips get them in the trees. It takes them forever. Okay, so that is that. Let's put in, I think a similar thing is happening right there. They're going to trap themselves. So let's stay here and make sure that they're able to get back out. Nice. That is above 0. Then if it is, that one can go. I'll just say vacuum lost. Pause, zoom right to me, copy these settings, go over here. That right there. This guy. Oh, we never did build that door. Put that in place. And just a few more pieces of construction. We'll have this together. Just a little bit of a vacuum system here to prevent heat from this guy from escaping. I might want to also pump up the other natural gas around. That'll be something I do another time. See how our pip is doing in terms of planting. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. They can't reach that because we get our ladder in the way, but I'll take that out. Let's just move that right there. Hopefully that pip won't take too long. Pick up a seed. We'll have our nature reserve back in place. And we'll take that out. I think everything is in place other than this little area here. Let's just make a priority. Get this complete. I think that's going to be it for today. We can get a nature reserve. Just want to get a goal. Getting that nature reserve and a vac. I think the vacuum already, yeah, the vacuum is in place. I don't know if that piece of liquid's going to be a problem, so we'll mop that up. Need to wait for our additional planting. Put that like that. That can go in like that. Just going to watch this so that we don't have any dupes that are trapped. I think need to have that in place first. Make sure that gets built or that is sealed off. There's an order to this dupes. Let's go above 500. We don't have power. What I'll do for power is temporarily we'll just bring in a basic line. Upgrade. Oh. Okay, we've got to be careful. That should not touch. I don't think there's any risk. This is a sportured seed, but if we get a sportured seed and a pip picks one up, that could be quite bad. So I'm just going to put in a little specialized spot here before okay, I will want to make sure that's done before today so I don't come back and have pip cause all kinds of disease. So we've got that in place. Just need that and some power. Okay, and let's put in sportured. So the pips can't access this type of seed. I should see this being picked up then. Just a little bit of a disease in the actual liquid, not worried about that. Just gonna make that priority. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine. Let's check this guy here. That looked like... Yes, awesome. Okay, so let's take this out. Let's take that out. Let's get rid of that. And we will easily have our nature reserve back in place, which is nice. Make that a priority. 0% stress. And this will only help by having morale a little bit higher. 56,000 calories. Let's go over check on here. We have some power construction. Our sportured seed has been put in a safe location. Can have this door opened. And we have a nature reserve once again. Oh, it's a park. I was going to say, yeah, that little section is a park. I guess that's fine. Okay, so, and we've got a nature reserve. We've got this area in here. I'll just take that out. Next time, I'll just start the process of getting a ladder to go down here. In fact, why don't we throw in a fire pole? And then over on this asteroid, I'm just going to do one last thing, which is take a insulated line that will go from here all the way up and join in with that. A little bit more work. Oh, I guess the dupes can't actually get through there. Whoa, okay. We are now cooking with gas. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I will see you next time playing a little bit more Oxygen Not Included.